All right, so buckle up, everybody, because today we are diving headfirst into this, like, whole world of YouTube motivation. Those videos, like, with the epic soundtracks and some dude basically just yelling at you to be better.
Oh, yeah. Those are pretty hard to miss.
Right, you see them everywhere, and it'd be easy to just be like, okay, whatever, and write them off.
Yeah, totally.
But we wanted to, like, actually see what's going on in there, so we took a deep dive into this video called, let me see, Morning Motivation, Wake Up Early, Start Your Day Right, Listen Every Day, 1 hour motivation.
Catchy?
Right. So we're going to break it down to see if there's anything actually useful in there or if it's just like all hype.
And, I mean, right off the bat, the thing that hits you is just the intensity,
Oh, yeah.
It's all about, like, pushing yourself to your limits and beyond and being uncomfortable,
Yeah.
become 1% better every day, that sort of thing.
It's like there is no good enough in this dude's world. It's like, what's that saying? Average is the enemy?
It is, he says that. Yeah, multiple times. Average is the enemy.
Wow.
And he really drives home the point that you should, like, never, ever settle for mediocrity in any part of your life.
Which, okay, I can see how that would be motivating for some people. Like, it kind of lights that fire under you to, like, actually be exceptional, right?
Right.
But then don't you also kind of think, is that sustainable to, like, always be on?
That is the question, isn't it? And unfortunately, the video doesn't really address that.
Yeah.
He uses the Michael Jordan comparison.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone wants to be a billionaire like MJ, but are they willing to put in the work?
Right.
But what's interesting is that even Michael Jordan took breaks. He had an off season.
That's true. Even the top
Yeah.
performers, like, they build in downtime because you got to have that balance or you burn out.
Right. It's about sustainability.
Sure.
And that's where the whole, like, mindset thing comes into play, which the video really stresses. You have to believe in yourself, but also confront your, those limiting beliefs that we all have. He actually has this one line that's pretty intense. What have you clung to that should have been amputated years ago?
Whoa. Okay, so we're going there. So it's like identifying your weaknesses, those self-sabotaging tendencies, and just cutting them out.
Yeah, he's, like, really advocating for this, like, ruthless self-editing process.
Which, I mean, part of me is like, okay, I get it. We all have stuff to work on. But then it also makes you wonder, is that, like, healthy? To be so focused on what you need to get rid of instead of what you can build.
Right, like, are you running from something or to something?
Yeah, yes, exactly. And I think that's the part that sometimes gets lost in these, like, really intense motivational videos, right? It's one thing to say, cut out negativity.
Right.
But then what?
Yeah.
What takes its place?
And that's where it gets interesting, because he does touch on this idea of, and I quote, redemptive mistakes. Like times when you step outside your comfort zone and you stumble, maybe even fall flat on your face.
Oh, at worst.
The worst. But those experiences, as much as they might suck in the moment, those are the things that build resilience.
Oh, okay. So it's about reframing, like, failure as just part of the process, which I love.
Yes.
Because it's not about being perfect. It's about learning and growing from those experiences, even when it's messy.
Exactly. And that can completely change how you approach challenges.
Yeah.
It's less scary and more, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
It's like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Right.
And he really pushes that whole, like, you got to put in the work even when nobody's watching.
Oh, yeah. He talks about that, about how, like, those late nights nobody sees, those are the things that build your confidence, right?
That invisible work, it's not about seeking validation. It's like you just know deep down that you earned it.
Yes, exactly. It's like you're building something that can't be shaken because it comes from, like, inside,
Yeah.
But he also talks about, like, being really aware of your thoughts too, right?
Oh, yeah, huge on that.
Like, don't let that negative self-talk sabotage you.
The Control, Alt, Delete.
Yeah.
Control yourself, alter your thinking, delete the negativity.
See, and that's the stuff I really resonate with because I've definitely been there, stuck in my own head.
Oh, totally.
It's like that procrastination, which, by the way, he calls the thief of destination.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, procrastination will steal your dreams, basically.
That's a powerful way to put it. And it all ties back into taking responsibility, He's really big on that.
Oh, for sure. He's like, stop blaming everything else and be tougher than your problems, which, okay, a little harsh maybe, but, also kind of empowering.
No, it's true. And he talks about this, like, CEO mindset.
Ooh, yeah.
Which at first it sounds a little, buzzwordy, but it's really about, like, holding yourself to a higher standard.
Than everyone around you, right? Like raising the bar for everybody.
Yeah, which then that has this ripple effect, but it also makes you think, we keep coming back to this. How do you balance this always-on attitude with, not burning out?
Totally. It's like, where's the line between pushing yourself and pushing yourself off a cliff?
Right, it makes you wonder, like, how are we even defining success in the first place?
Ooh. Okay, yes, because it doesn't have to be the $1 billion or whatever, right?
Right. Like maybe it's something way more personal.
Totally. And that takes like real self-awareness to figure that out, don't you think? It's like we need to figure out some kind of filter for all the noise, What actually matters? What do we actually want?
100%. It's just, that's easier said than done, right? To like actually figure out your own definition of success when the world's telling you it should be this one thing.
It's so true. It's so easy to just get caught up in that, like comparing yourself to everyone else. But this video, even though it's like kind of in your face about everything, it brings it back around to that, doesn't it? Figuring out what you want.
It really does. And I think that journey, like that self-discovery, it often starts with those little moments of inspiration,
Right.
And remember, we talked about motivation versus inspiration.
Oh, yeah.
Motivation is external. Inspiration comes from within.
Right.
And sometimes, even a video like this one, it can spark that. Even if it's kind of random, it just like makes you think, wait a minute, what am I doing? What do I actually want?
Yeah, it's like a little kick in the pants to get you going. It reminds me of the whole thing about like amputate, the stuff that's holding you back. But what if we like flipped that?
Flipped it how?
Instead of what we want to cut out, what could we add?
Ooh, I like that. So it's not about subtracting. It's like, what are you adding in?
Yes, exactly.
Focusing on the good stuff.
Yes, like maybe it's finally signing up for that pottery class, or I don't know, just like actually meditating every day.
Whatever it is, it has to be something that like truly resonates with you and what you want your life to look like.
Yes, and when you're like working towards something you're excited about, the not so fun stuff kind of just fades away,
It's true. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. So if you're always focused on the bad, that's what's going to grow.
Yeah.
But if you shift that focus to what you're building, that's where the magic happens.
So to kind of wrap up our deep dive into the wild world of YouTube motivation, here's a little something to think about. What's one thing you can add to your life, like starting today, that your future self would be like, heck yeah, I'm so glad I did that?
Love it. What a great question to end on.
Because sometimes, honestly, the best thing you can do is just focus on doing more of what you love.